Hey folks, so hopefully this will be a quicker video today. I've noticed that my throttle is sticking a good bit. I mean, look at that. That's awful. And so I haven't lubed my cables or my clutch cable yet. Never done that job before, so I figured I'll give it a shot, see how easy it is. And if I can't really do it effectively, then I'll just buy some new cables. But we'll be cleaning and lubing our cables today and getting them back to the right tightness. Just wait for that FedEx truck to pass. So we'll be doing that and then, yeah, getting it all back together. So to start, I think I'm gonna take apart my throttle body and get my cables disconnected. So that's just gonna be these two screws right here, and then we'll do some finagling to get the throttle cables out. I think we'll be loosening all of these right here as much as they can be loosened. Okay, I got the front of this throttle body off, and I'm having a little trouble getting the cables through it. I've got this tusk heater thing going as well, and so I think I'm just going to try to take this throttle off. But to do that, I think I'm gonna have to snip this zip tie holding my tusk wires on, and then I also took my tank off and everything so that I could disconnect the cables from this end. I think that'll make it a little easier. But yeah, let's keep tinkering, and I'll let you guys know what I end up doing. All right, so I did just decide to take my throttle cables out totally, get the throttle body disassembled. It is a little dirty in there, so I'm gonna clean inside the throttle body as well. But yeah, I think this cable is really the one. There's see all that muck right there? And it was sort of coming down on the opposite side of the cable, and so I think that's really holding it up. So I'm gonna clean these. I think I'm gonna use brake cleaner. I've seen a number of different methods that people use online, but I'm gonna use brake cleaner to clean them. And then I've got a little bottle of gun oil that has a nice narrow tip that I'm just gonna stick down both of the holes on top and squeeze it until it comes out the bottom. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, I got my throttle cables done. I'll show you exactly how I did that in a little bit, but I also decided to do my clutch cable. So to get this off, I'm gonna be taking off this nut right here to let the clutch sort of swing out this way. And then I think I'll be taking this screw out and then sort of feeding the cable through this hole. And then I'll get the cable out as I need to through here. And then I'll be loosening these two nuts right here and just feeding everything as it needs to go. And then I'll be doing some brake cleaner down it, and then I'll be doing that gun oil. But I'll show you exactly how I do that just after this shot. So I did not have to take this screw out. I just had to take the lever off, and then this thing just sort of pulled through this channel right here. So let's get this fed through, and then we'll get it cleaned. All right, so we got all three cables cleaned and oiled. And pretty much what I did was just first take some brake cleaner, spray it down this little hole until I saw some come out the other side, and then lift it upright so that it would drop out the bottom, any leftovers. And then, as I said, I have this nice little bottle of gun oil, and it's got a very convenient little needle that you use to lubricate, and that was small enough to get inside the little hole here. And it took a decent amount, but I just kept filling it up, and then I would sort of push the cable in and out and then I waited until I put my gloves on the cable on this side, and they came off with a little bit of oil, just like that. So did that for all three. I'm gonna get them all reassembled, put back up there, and then yeah, that'll be this job. Okay, getting the throttle body back together was a little tricky, but pretty straightforward. And then I ended up feeding it through that little hoop right there, down the frame. And then the thing I wanted to point out was when you twist your throttle and your cables move, when you twist your throttle back, the one that moves up, this one right here, that's going to be your push cable, and that will go in this hole to, or yeah, I forget what I said. This will be your pull, and this will pull the throttle up, and then the one that goes down when you twist your throttle back, that will be your push cable, and it will be in this one right here. So the one that pulls up will pull your throttle back, and then the one that goes down will pull it back the other way. I don't really know exactly which one's called push, which one's called pull, but that's how you get them in the right spot. Okay, we got everything hooked back up. We got our throttle cables on, clutch cable on, and I just wanted to sort of do a little guide of how to tighten these properly. You first tighten down here, and you essentially just get your linkages to and your cable to the point where it's sort of taut. So for me, that was like getting this little bit of the clutch into this little linkage, and then pulling the clutch cable this way until it sort of locked forward like this, so that there's no real play in it. And then I tightened down the nuts to here, and then I went up here and got the cable back on the clutch lever, and then loosened this bolt right here until there was barely any play in the lever, and then I tightened this nut down. And then for the throttle cables, I pretty much pulled them until there was no real slack in either of these, and then I tightened the nuts down, and then I went and pulled these out. There's a nut underneath these rubber pieces. I pulled them out until this sprung back well, and then I tightened these top nuts up into the throttle body. And so all of my connections are sort of locked in place now, and we're all good. And you do want a little bit of play in both of them. You want a little bit of play in the clutch cable and in your throttle. Not too much though, just a little bit. So I think that's about all for this video. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna clean up all my cables and everything, all my wires, make everything all neat and tidy again. But yeah, that should be that for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.